is a superhero episode. But fucking, what's his name from, where are we?
I don't know because you keep skipping.
I know.
We don't follow order.
I'm an animal, Jess.
Are we talking about
we were at Joss Whedon.
Spider-Man? I know. We're done with him. Even though we didn't talk about it, he's done. Spider-Man. Doc Ock.
Yeah. Fucking Alfred Molina.
Alfred Molina.
Fucking love Alfred
is
Molina.
Confirmed for Spider-Man Home.
No Way Home.
No Way Home.
I was going to say.
But he's playing Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2. Everyone's favorite Spider-Man movie.
It is a great one.
Wait, is this the Spider-Man movie that was filming while we were filming 6 Reel?
No.
Yes.
I don't think this one started yet.
Well, we just did 6 Reel, so yes.
Oh, yeah, okay. It was during COVID, and it was a special effects day.
Yes.
But it looked sick.
Yes, and I saw them outside in the city, and they were shooting like this fucking...
Oh, cool.
They were shooting... Nobody was there. They just had... They had this car driving. It was like a car rig that drove around, and I guess they want to like keep updated. They want to keep New York updated.
Yeah.
So I guess they just film... They're just filming the streets and the buildings while they drive. And I'm like, this it's like a massive fucking thing, but they can just drive in traffic. They don't have to like worry about getting anybody's way or anything. And then I guess afterwards in post, they put in Spidey just flying around. Anyway, so this dude, Doc Ock, is in the new Spider-Man movie, which is very confusing if you don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
But if you know what's going on, it's awesome. Because it's basically Flashpoint, but with a series of movies that are good. So you can't not be excited for it. But everyone, I think the real reason that everybody's excited for this is because if he's confirmed for this movie and it's continuing off of Spider-Man 2's story, apparently. Well, his story is apparently... being continued after he falls into
all the stuff
at the very end. So if his story continues from there, then do we get Tobey?
We might get Tobey.
If we get Tobey, I will actually watch it again.
I mean, the issue I see, as much as I'm super hyped for the return of Alfred Molina to Spider-Man, is I feel like they've done. The reason that neither of the like last movies in either Tobey Maguire's or the other fuckers, I can't remember his name off the top.
Andrew
Garfield's. They don't do well in their third or I don't think Andrew Garfield had 3. He only had 2, right?
Nope.
So, but like their final things is because they try to make them chock full of villains. They throw so many people into it.
That was the problem with 3.
That was the problem with 3, but they also, I know the Garfield one had like Jamie Foxx's got like, they also threw like 5 villains into his.
That was the issue with Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Wait, 3 had a lot of villains? I thought it was only Venom.
No, it also had that Sand dude and
I remember at the train.
Hobgoblin, right? Didn't
thought the Goblin was the second one.
The Green Goblin is the guy's dad.
You're right.
And then,
well, his name doesn't pass on?
No, it's Hobgoblin when his son takes over.
Okay, yeah. So there was a lot going on, but I
haven't seen them in forever.
About it, but
yeah, but
he didn't want all those superheroes, and it's like a whole thing.
But I know. But all I'm saying is I think this happens. And my caution is like when you try to do this much stuff, it works really well in television because you have a lot more time. Mm-hmm. But like they have 2 hours at best. Like if it's a 3 hour, you can't make an Endgame length Spider-Man film.
But we also don't know.
You could.
I don't know.
We don't know we don't know the capacity that he's going to be in this movie. Yeah. It could be like a Flashpoint thing where he's in there for 2 minutes and then we never see him again.
I guess that's true.
But that going back to the Tobey thing, would they be silly enough to not advertise Tobey in this movie if he was in it?
Well, I don't know because there's 2 ways to think about it. It's like, I think it actually would play off better if they didn't, in the same way that I think, Marvel they have a guaranteed audience for enough that they're going to make their money back. 2, Tobey Maguire is exclusively a draw for this. Like, he's not like an A-lister. And 3, I think if you see, it's the same, it's Disney and whoever else owns the Spider-Man rights. I know it's a combined effort, Fox maybe, but if you see like how successful and how well received like bringing Luke back in at the end of The Mandalorian was, and like being able to keep that a secret for as long as they kept it, I think you can get that hype of Tobey Maguire because he'll advertise it, like it'll be like a post opening weekend hype bump. Because I like if you put him in, if you say like Tobey Maguire definitely in it doing all the shit, then you only get that for the first week. But if you have your opening weekend,
people are already going to buy it.
You have your opening weekend, and then people leave the theaters and just like fucking Tobey Maguire, and then people who might not have been there might your next weekend be like, oh shit, yeah, let's go.
But so what I'm thinking is it can go either 2 ways. They don't announce it. I mean, if he's in it for 2 seconds, they don't announce it, and we get like a nice little.
Just a nod.
Nice little nod. But I feel like if they give people a taste of it, they're going to want him and they're going to want Tobey and our Spider-Man now.
Tom Holland?
Yeah.
Tom Holland.
It's going to be like Tobey and who, baby?
So the idea, the only thing I could think of is if, Tobey comes in to save the day. There's a number of things they could do. Tobey can come in, save the day. Tobey is just like walking down the street, just fucking dancing, and everyone laughs, and then like that's the end. Like they just throw like a little nod to Spider-Man 3, or post credits. Like everyone's kind of the movie's over. Everyone's kind of sad that like Tobey's not in it.
Yeah,
they do post credit scene, and they hint at him being in like the next Spider-Man movie where it's just him and Tom.
I think. And I don't think they'll actually do this, but I think it'd be a great idea just for viewership. Disconnected from the Marvel universe as a whole. Just older Tobey Maguire television on Disney Plus. Like just maybe 1 season or 2, but like since he's older, like no one ever tells the older Spider-Man stories.
Right.
It's all every time we get him, we get high school Peter. We get high school. Like Spider-Man 3 was, I think, the only one that showed him in college. And you didn't get like a good view of it. But there is like stories of college. There's a lot of college age Peter, and there's a lot of adult Peter. Like there's not as much adult Peter as high school and college, but like there's a lot of stories that no one ever touches. And similar to how DC does some things that aren't connected, like how they're doing the Batman, how they did Joke, like the movie Joker. Like they do something, like they're trying to make a universe, but they're allowing a couple things that are just disconnected.
Yeah.
And then this, I think, would be the one thing that Marvel could do on Disney Plus. That'd be like, they have their shows that they're connecting all that shit, but they could do this giant fucking hype train of like imagine
with
if
Tobey in it.
Yeah, if like this movie, clearly it's a crossover event. It's a big multiverse kind of thing. But imagine if they do it. Yeah, if they end up doing it like that. But imagine you can easily like tease that show in it. If that is that, it's like, we're going to all the Spider-Mans are canon, and it's just multiverse shit. And so Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker comes in, has a big role. You
can get away with him doing his own show because it's technically
you've established
a different universe.
Exactly. You've established a multiverse in this, which everyone's thinking they're probably doing. But like no one knows for certain yet.
Right.
But you can do that shit and get like this show with Tobey Maguire tell stories that like are unrelated. It basically gives people a break from the Marvel universe. Because I do think there's a little bit of fatigue.
Too much connection, and it's like
because I think I talked about previously, like the issue I have with the Marvel universe is that since it's never ending, there's never like a really satisfying like conclusion. Because even after Thanos and that whole arc, and like big budget, like long of it, like it ended a point to it. But even when that was over, you're like, well, they're going to make more fucking, like there's no end.
The best part of the last 2 Avengers was there was like a huge gap in between the 2 of them. Well, not huge, but
Like a year.
There was a good enough cliffhanger where you're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I really got to wait. Like everyone was like, nothing's been like that since, like between maybe.
Well,
like,
but I think it took like what 20 years to get to that point.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to wait another 20 years for another satisfying ending.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think I don't think they'll ever be on that level where they have people on the edge of their seats for 2 years waiting for the next movie. Unless if Tobey's in this and they do it justice, and I think this could be like Dark Knight level movie. Like this might be if Tobey's in it. If Tobey's in it and they do something that's like, I feel like, I mean, like, do they kill Tobey? But would they kill him in this one? You know what I mean? Would they kill him at all?
Why would they need to?
No, I understand. I understand what you're saying, but I just think it would kind of be like one of those Iron Man moments where you're like, as a kid, like now you're watching it, and
so
like,
basically they're just like, the Spider-Man from 20 fucking years
he's
ago.
Dead.
Yeah, we're gonna throw him in this movie for 5 minutes just to kill him, to make the older people in the audience feel something.
So but that's my argument. They throw him in this one and then bring him back for the next one, and that's when they kind of like close his story, and it's just like this nice little. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting.
I don't think that
I'm going too hard with Tobey.
And I also, based on how they always want to build, I don't think they're going to give you 2 Spider-Man multiverse movies.
You're right. That's a good point.
Like, because that's what it would require, because they're not in the same universe. We know that Tom Holland's Spider-Man exists solo, because otherwise, if an older Spider-Man that's been doing it for a long time, he would have been in a fucking Avenger. Like,
that's true.
Like we know for a fact that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is not in this world.
Right. Yeah. So how would he? Okay.
Yeah. So it has to be if him as Spider-Man appears, he has to be in a different universe, because we've established he's not in this one.